Hello, my loves. Welcome to the New Moon in Gemini Pick a Deck reading. For those of you that chose deck number 1, we've got your cards laid out here. I'll be clarifying with some tarot cards as well. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join my growing community over here on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and thumbs up this video as well. So let's get into it. For those of you that chose deck number 1, we've got a 3-card spread here. For our first card, this is the influence that is, or what you're needing to let fade out of your life, okay? So with the new moon, you know, in the sky, we can't typically see it. That's why it's called like the dark moon. So with that being said, it kind of hits like it represents a bit of a reset button, okay? So we can kind of clear some things out with this new moon. And for you, what you're needing to kind of clear out is family, okay? So when I initially pulled this card, I was just getting so many downloads coming through from this card. So the first one that I was getting, and I saw 111 on the screen, so that can be an angel number for some of you. Go ahead, comment that in the comments if this message is resonating for you. So for some of you, I'm getting that your family's influence is something that you need to let fade out of your life, okay? Some of you may be a little too dependent on your family. You know, for some of you, I'm getting financially, but for others of you, I'm getting just in life decisions and choices. I heard the baby. So some of you might be the baby, the youngest sibling here. So you kind of had other people, even your older sibling or siblings, to look up to and kind of guide you and direct you. But I'm getting that you're needing to guide and direct yourself, okay? At this point in your life. And it doesn't mean you're breaking away from your family and never talking to them again, but it does, yeah, okay. So I'm getting an individuation process that's taking place here where you're kind of like emerging as your individual self. It's like you're shedding a role that you've been playing. And you're really like taking up space as like, this is who I am. This is what I like. This is what, you know, I feel. This is the direction that I want to go in my life. This is what I believe. So for some of you, you have that role. That role for you is maybe youngest sibling, the baby, or for others of you, it's the oldest sibling. You know, wherever, the middle child, okay? Wherever you kind of fit into this, there seems to be a need to relinquish or recognize that that's not your role anymore, because you're no longer, you know, that child. You are now an adult. You are now someone that can rely on themselves as well, you know, or at least you have the ability to do so once you hit a certain age. It's like, all right, you know, sure, it's a big old world out there before you, but you're totally capable of navigating this big old world. And I get some of you, there seems to be maybe a dependence here on the family, so much to the point that it's maybe shaping your destiny, where you're kind of maybe living out other people's expectations for you, what they want for you versus doing what you really want to do. Some of you might not even know what it is that you really want to do. So there may need to be some time where you're being very intentional about connecting with self. Maybe, and this could be a daily practice and should be a daily practice in which you are connecting with self. For the best way, honestly, you know, and I know it's very simple and it's probably like overly suggested, is journaling. That is the best way for you to connect with yourself. So I would encourage you, for those of you that don't journal, go ahead this weekend. I want you to buy you a journal. We're talking about new moon in Gemini. Gemini is the communicator, right? Gemini needs to express itself, its thoughts, its ideas, or it kind of runs the risks of being like really overly stimulated mentally, because there's just so much going on in the mind that is not being released or expressed in some capacity. So for some of you, writing about it, you know, journaling about it. For those of you Maybe you've gotten away from some of your journaling practices. This is a really good time to get into that. We have the Four of Pentacles. Look at you. This is what you're holding on to, what you're clinging on to for dear life. Is this this is some type of family, I don't know, structure, values, or something. It's like maybe you feel like, I don't know, the family's gonna fall apart if you're not playing this role anymore. The family's not gonna fall apart. The family is going to be forced to adjust. The family is going to be forced to adapt. Okay, now I'm not talking about anybody out there like saying, hey, you need to go leave your family and your kids. Like, no, I ain't saying none of that. But I'm getting, this is more so like the family you grew up in, okay? Where there's a need to maybe even set some boundaries. I just saw 555 on the screen here. If this message is resonating, go ahead. Put that in the comments there below. 555. Some of you are needing to set more clear boundaries with your family. Some of you are needing to have a conversation with your in-laws or something, or your mom, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna need you to, you know, stop calling, you know, this many times a day, or I'm really gonna need you to give me a heads up when you're gonna come over instead of just popping up, you know, whatever the case may be. Some of you are needing to set a boundary. I even see some of you may actually be taking that space to kind of just be to yourself. Four of Pentacles, okay? This is someone who is self-contained, right? It's like they know who they are. They know what their values are. They know, you know, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, what they will tolerate, what they won't tolerate. Maybe some of you, and many of us, like, I'm not even gonna say some of us, most of us weren't really taught how to like have proper boundaries. Like, that's a concept that many of us are just coming into the awareness of and the practice of. Okay, so there could be something about boundaries there within the family. And, you know, and you may be feeling like, oh, you know, I can't say no. For some of you, yeah, this is your family when it comes to your money. If you're struggling financially and then your family's always like hitting you up for money, and it's like, to be honest, you guys don't even have it like that. You might have a little more than them, but you don't have it like that. I'm not pocket watching nobody, but I don't think you have it to where you can like be someone that is consistently relied on to, you know, maybe bail people out of financial situations that they maybe need to kind of figure out themselves, okay? Especially if they're like adults here, right? So let's see what else we have going on. What idea is growing within you? Beautiful. Is strength. This is going to give you the courage to set those boundaries, to stand up for yourself, to stand up to your family, to your mom, to your dad, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, whatever, whoever the case may be, okay? Some of you are, you know, gaining the confidence that you need to assert yourself. This is about you really being in your power here. Maybe growing up in your family household or family dynamics, you felt very disempowered, okay? Maybe you felt like you didn't have any power, right? And most kids don't feel like they have any power, and it's so terrible. You know, of course, we hear the word power and we think like, oh my gosh, does that mean your kid is gonna have like reign over you? And like, no, that's not what that means. But it does mean that they're gonna have agency over themselves. And then people, you know, a lot of people wonder why there's so many people just walking around without a sense of self, without any self-esteem, like, you know, just kind of wandering throughout the world because it's like they've never been given a chance to have any agency, to be able to say no, right? Or to be able to have an opinion in their household, you know, respectfully, of course. You know, I do believe that children should respect their elders, but I also believe that elders should respect children too. Children deserve to be respected. Everyone deserves to be respected. And I feel like a lot of children are treated like some fucking second-class citizens or whatever, because you're my kid and you gotta do whatever I say, and you know, I don't care how you feel. Like, I don't care what you think. Like, that should not be a relationship that a parent has with their child. You're setting your child up for some problems later down the road, okay? So for some of you, you're noticing the problems that it's set up for you. And you're like, look, I got to do something about this. I'm seeing these full moons here in the background. So of course, this is a new moon reading, but by the full moon, the next full moon is going to be in Capricorn. There could be something significant about that for some of you, okay? Let's clarify, what is this Strength card about, Spirit? The Three of Wands. Wow, for some of you, it's the strength to maybe turn your back on, like I said, this family situation, dynamic. And this, if it's your reading, it's your reading, okay? Because for some of you, I get that maybe this is like a toxic family dynamic. Like it's something that isn't working for you. It's stressful for you. For many of you, it seems to be like it might be depleting your finances as well, and even your energy, okay? So I see some of you, once again, there's this very solo dolo type of vibe that I'm getting for those of you that chose deck number 1. And of course, the number 1 represents independence, individuation, as I was saying, stepping away from the family or the family dynamic, you know, because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, I've got to break up with my family. No, you don't have to do all of that unless, you know, it's toxic. Some of you might be in a situation where you are going to go like no contact with your family. Like you're just like, I don't want to deal with them anymore. It's too stressful on me, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm not here to tell anybody to do what. You live your life, okay? I literally have no opinion either way. So yeah, like some of you are definitely looking maybe even to move, to like literally get away. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, because you know, if you feel the need to do, and sometimes it's not necessarily that you have to be running from a toxic situation, okay? For some of you, sure, that is what it is. For others though, you know, it might not even be like just like a super toxic situation. It may just be a matter of you needing to find yourself. And it can be kind of difficult to do that within, you know, an environment that only wants to see you one way. Like they only want to know like this one version of you that they've ever known. And it can be hard for you to even imagine like, well, who the hell am I even outside of this, right? So I see some of you may be planning to move, to relocate here. And that may even take a lot of strength for you, is to create some distance, some space there. Wow. I don't know why I'm feeling a bit emotional with this reading. I feel my heart is doing some things. Sending my love to whoever reading this is, okay? So what can you commit to create going forward? I love this. We have forgiveness, okay? So yes, rightfully so. It seems like some of you need to kind of take that space for yourself, to do some soul searching, figure some things out, you know, all that good stuff. And also, you know, it's very valid to have emotions that come up, sometimes not the best emotions, or the most feel-good, quote-unquote, positive emotions. You might be feeling a bit of anger or resentment or sadness, grief over, you know, the family you wish you had, or the childhood you wish you had, or something like that. Yeah, I'm getting that's what some of you might be holding on to as well with that Four of Pentacles, the way that you wish things could have been. I want you to ask yourself, who are you mad at? Who are you angry with? Who do you feel like got in the way of the way things should have been, essentially? Who robbed you of the way things should have been? Okay, this is the person that And you don't have to do this directly with them. This is an internal solo process. Even here, we see her by herself. There ain't nobody here, okay? She's here at the water. I always like to say, take it to the water, whatever it is you've been holding on to there with that Four of Pentacles, keeping wrapped up inside. For some of you, maybe it is some of those uncomfortable feelings about your family that maybe you haven't really wanted to acknowledge because you feel like that's wrong. You know, that's my family and I owe it to them to, you know, owe it to them to what? Like, look, you can be objective about your family and, you know, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily being judgmental, or it just means you're making an observation. You are also validating your experience, because I think some of you have been used to or even been conditioned for your experience to be invalidated. No, that didn't happen. Oh, why do you feel that way about that? It wasn't that bad. Like stuff like that. You might have heard quite a bit growing up. And it's natural. It's natural to take that shit to heart. But it also, you know, it takes a lot of strength to heal and even put some of that behind you too. Everything is like, I'm seeing everything is literally being put behind you. You know, look, we see his back. We even see her back. We don't see nobody's face here. It's about putting something behind you. Some of you need to go to some water. That can be very healing for you. I always say like a really good ritual to do with the water. Write down whatever it is that you want to release. Burn it. Take the ashes to the water. Here, water, take it, wash away, you know, and purify my heart, my mind, my body, my spirit, you know, whatever, you know, pray from the heart, okay? Yeah, some of you, there's some forgiveness work that is needing to be committed to here moving forward. All right, I feel like this is going to be just within like this next 2 weeks cycle. Okay, so that's your homework. And hopefully, depending on time and stuff, because I think I'm going to be recording monthly zodiac readings. So I'm going to try and hop back on for like a full moon reading so we can kind of check back in. So between now and then, these next 2 weeks, forgiveness. Okay, deck number 1 is your focus. Okay. This is your mission. This is your intention. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Wow, look at that. Okay, so for some of you, you may actually reach out to somebody and bridge that gap with the 2 of Cups. Okay, so I was saying like, hey, this doesn't have to be a process that you involve the other person in, but for some of you, you might decide like, I do want, maybe I don't know where you stand with this. They could be coming in with an apology. You might feel like, hey, let me, you know, apologize for something, or I don't know, let bygones be bygones. I don't, but hey, you know, either way, yeah, I'm seeing the home in the background too. So there could actually be healing taking place between you and the family member, or, you know, a real meeting of the heart here is what I'm seeing as well. So this could even just be like a heart-to-heart conversation. You sharing your truth, because many of you, once again, have been conditioned to suppress, to internalize, to kind of stuff it all inside. So I actually see some of you having a heart-to-heart with a family member, okay? And through that, there is going to be some deep forgiveness and healing taking place. For others of you, if you don't want to involve the other person, you don't have to, all right? This can very well be a solo process. Like I suggested, maybe getting into that ritual to kind of facilitate that. And even that ritual in itself, it may spark something energetically within the other person to where they may end up coming forward So, hey, we'll see. We'll check back in here in 2 weeks. But with that being said, my loves, I'm going to wrap up your new moon pick a deck reading. If this resonated at all, make sure to comment below. Let your girl know. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel. All right, until next time. Bye. All right, for those of you that chose deck number 2 for your new moon in Gemini pick a card reading, we've got your cards laid out. I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards as we go along throughout the reading to get a little more clarity. So let's go ahead. Let's dive right into it for deck number 2. So our first card here representing what you can let fade out of influence in your life. Okay, so essentially what you need to let go, what you need to release, clear out. And for you, I chuckled. This card actually flipped out of the reading as I was shuffling. I didn't record the shuffling. I want to see if I can maybe save time on the readings and stuff by just kind of having some of the cards laid out here. But this card literally flipped out of the deck when I was shuffling. And immediately what I thought when I saw Warrior Woman, and of course I got different interpretations, but the first one was let go of feeling like you have to be the warrior woman. Feeling, oh man, okay, Spirit, come through. 1 minute, 1 second on the screen. Let go of feeling like you've got to fight all the time, that you've got to be constantly battling. Oh my gosh, 111 on the screen. Go ahead, comment that below if this reading is resonating right now. If you are a warrior woman or man, or whatever you identify as, you feel like you've been fighting all your life. I've been fighting all my life, okay? This is your reading. This is what the universe is wanting you to release. For some of you, I'm getting there could even be a bit of defensiveness, just kind of being on guard or a bit hyper vigilant. So you may need to just kind of relax a little bit, okay? But also, you know, I don't know, do something. I'm getting maybe to soothe your nervous system. Your nerves may be a little wired here right now. So let's gonna get some clarity from the tarot, okay? Okay, my warrior woman out there. I can do it by myself. I don't need nobody. I get that some of you, like, you're getting to a space where you want to need somebody, and not in like a codependent, toxic way, but in a way that is really healthy, in a way that is going to help you build towards your dreams. For some of you, the deepest calling that you have in your life may actually, and it's very common for many of our dreams to involve other people, okay? So for some of you, you've been like trying to do everything by yourself, and the universe is like, like maybe we should try it this way instead. This could be an easier way. Okay, let's see. Let's get some clarity from the tarot. Okay, we got a few cards I wanted to pop out for you. Okay, so look at you, 8 of Swords, all by yourself, all in your head over here too. You might not be seeing things clearly, okay? So I was picking up on a bit of defensiveness coming through. You know, there may be something in your life here that, like I said, has been particularly challenging for you. You know, maybe you did go through, you know, some sort of conflict here, or you have just gone through a really challenging life, or have had some rough battles in your life, right? And it seems like you're really adamant. You're like, I just want to move forward from those things. I want to put those things behind me. But it's like subconsciously you're still kind of operating in this warrior woman mode. Like, I'm not safe. I just saw 4 minutes, 4 seconds on the screen. So 44 can be an angel number for you as well. Yeah, and that is a message from your angels too, your ancestors. You are safe. You are safe. You know, you're moving on to like a completely new experience, new territory, new life here. if you get out of your way. Knight of Cups. All right. So for some of you, there is a softening that's needing to take place. Okay, yes. So the Warrior would kind of be symbolic of the knights in the tarot, okay? Because the knights, they go out into battle and they fight, right? This warrior woman's super badass though, right? And she's got a sword. This knight has a cup. This knight has love, okay? Whereas for some of you, you're like, whoa, like who goes there? So I don't know if for some of you, you went through like a really rough relationship, relationship breakup or something like that. And then it almost seems like something new is coming in, but you're really closed off. You're defensive. You're questioning it. You're like, I'm not really sure about this. Who is this? For some of you, there could be a water sign involved, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Once again, they're coming with a cup. You're the one with the sword. So you might be the one that's being a little defensive, and there may be good reason. But I'm seeing with the Eight of Swords here, it's like some of it's a little bit in your head. Okay? And there may be certain beliefs that are quite isolating for you as well. And once again, going back into this theme of like kind of needing others. But you've been warrior woman all your life. You maybe haven't been able to rely on other people. People have been inconsistent. They have been unavailable. They have been unsupportive. And in some cases, they've been downright cruel and vicious to you. They've been bullies. They've been snakes, right? I'm not saying you guys didn't experience any of that. You did. That's why that imprint there, it's there for a reason. Because you did go through that. But the energy, there's something shifting here where you don't have to fight. Okay, and you don't have to defend, right? You can trust yourself. You can trust your intuition here as well. You can trust when something isn't right, okay? But I do think for some of you right now, the intuition may be a little bit off with the cards that are coming up here. Which is why I think it's really important maybe for you to ground yourself, to drink more water. You're not drinking enough water here as well. It's going to clear you out. Create conditions for more clarity in your life. So what idea is growing within you? Our next card, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling telling you? So this is the intuition card, okay? Essentially what I was saying, okay? And the Knight of Cups, this is something that he represents. That's his territory, right? He's very deeply connected to the emotional realm, to intuition, whereas you seem to be looking at a situation just through like pure logic. And there may be a situation that is actually requiring you to tap into your heart, to trust your heart, to follow your heart. That's where the intuition is. That's where the intuition is. That's the voice of the intuition. When your heart and your mind are in perfect balance here, okay? And I will say your mind is a little unbalanced. We'll just say that. And that's okay. You know, that happens to all of us at certain points. Life becomes stressful, demanding. We go through, you know, rough situations, and it alters us, right? I mean, I even just heard it alters our brain chemistry. So for some of you, this is something that's like deeply ingrained in you, to be in this warrior, woman, man, whatever mode, okay? So what you may be picking up on as intuition might actually be like, I'm getting a fight or flight response more so than intuition. Oh, yes. Look, for some of y'all, this Knight of Cups, they might want a family. They might see that with you. You could see that with them too when you put your sword down for a second. And maybe for some of you, just trust what you're feeling. So you may be in that Gemini headspace of overanalyzing and you're just needing to feel. That's okay. We're getting into feeling season next week when the sun shifts into Cancer. And you've got all this watery kind of Cancerian energy coming through. But, you know, some of you may have Cancer, or not, it could be Cancer, but you could have other water placements in your chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That could be someone that you're connected to. Yeah, this is about letting your heart lead the way when it comes to, for some of you, the person that you are meant to have a family with, the person that you're meant to build a life with. For some of you, this can be about community with the Ten of Cups, friends, you know, your dream team when it comes to your work, your business, you know. But this is, once again, about letting your heart lead the way. And maybe even reaffirming, you know, speaking affirmations over yourself. I can trust my heart. My heart is wise in knowing. My heart will always guide me towards safe connections. Ooh, I like that one. I felt that one. Literally, I felt that in my body. Okay, my heart will always guide me, or always guides me towards safe connections. Okay, my heart always makes it clear when a connection is unsafe, right? So I'm getting, you need to talk to your heart. You need to use that language. Yes, I just saw 222. Oh my gosh, 2, the number of partnership. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Okay, you need to speak to your heart more, because you're literally going to activate, you're programming your heart. Oh shit. This is like, yo, oh my God. I'm nerding out over here because for some of you, you don't know how big of a fucking cheat code this is. When you program your heart, oh my gosh, you're literally just going to start manifesting all of your heart's desires. Everything. Yeah, that's the dream relationship in the family, in the home, the dream job, the dream lifestyle. Everything that is in your heart is going to be like just unlocked. And oh my God. Yo. Oh, wow. I'm just like, okay, now I'm ready to get into this practice. So yeah, it's something about speaking to your heart, you know, and once again, using the words like my heart. Your heart is responding. Okay. Your heart has an intelligence of its own. Okay. And it's listening and it's picking up, you know, it's, because isn't the heart like, I'm not sure about the science of it and all. I don't know if the heart, it emits the electromagnetic waves and shit. I don't know. Or if that's just the fucking brain or something. I don't know. But I'm just getting, there's something about your heart, guys. Okay, because your brain is emitting a lot of bullshit. I got to be completely honest. And then you're wondering why am I not having my 10 of cups? This is your happily ever after, whatever that includes. Okay? Whatever that includes. It's because your mind, that shit is like, it's putting out a bunch of bullshit. Okay? So you got to talk to your heart. Because it's going to help your mind also get in balance. Okay? Because the mind is a powerful tool. It is a necessary tool as well. So there's something, I don't know why your reading is getting so freaking scientific, because I'm not a sciencey person, but I wish I had the language to talk about what I'm just intuitively picking up on. But I'm just like, there's something about the brain and the heart and something about like electromagnetic shit, like and it has a lot to do with what you're manifesting, what you're not manifesting. Okay, oh my gosh, like, look, someone out there is a scientist. help me understand. Put it into words for us that makes sense. All right. So what can you commit to create going forward is unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That bullshit, okay? The bullshit from your past, like I said, you did go through it, but that's not all you're gonna go through. So that means you need to stop being on the lookout for this shit too, and then wondering why it's always landing in your lap. A pile of shit that you manifested. And I know for some of you, this is deep. You know, trauma lives in your mind, but it's also in your body. Like, so I don't know. You got to find the support tools, what the healing modalities, whatever you need to heal this. For some of you, I'm getting actually hypnotherapy. Okay, look into some hypnotherapy sessions. You're probably gonna have to go more than once too. I've personally been doing a little research on them, and I've seen that maybe like 3 times, at least 2 times, but I think like 3 times people get the best results. So yeah, I'm not a hypnotherapist though, so you know, do your research, look into it. But that is the big game changer. You want to talk about releasing some soul patterns? You want to talk about completely shifting your subconscious? Fucking hypnotherapy, because that's where it's getting to the root, is getting to your subconscious, is getting in there. It's like, move out of the way, conscious mind. We get conscious mind that you want to change and all these things, but you're just kind of not strong enough. The subconscious is a lot stronger. Okay, you know, the subconscious is beliefs that you've had since you were young, you know, beliefs that you have had 20, 30 years. And you think, oh, just because my conscious mind is like, oh, I'm tired of this, like now it's just gonna change. I don't know why I'm talking in that voice. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like mock anybody, make anybody feel bad. But yeah, and I get it. You know, most of us do think like, well, yeah, because I changed my mind, you know, or because I want this to change, then it's going to change. But there's so much that goes into change. Okay, so there's some subconscious workings, things we're getting into here. Some of you very much releasing soul patterns, karmic patterns, whatever you want to refer to them as, okay? Let's see, let's get a clarifier. We've got the full moon in this card too, something significant about the upcoming full moon. Full moon in Capricorn that will be taking place a couple weeks from now. So that's your homework. I'm giving everybody homework to do over the next couple of weeks. Your homework is to release these soul patterns, okay? And like I said, a lot of that has to do with what? Speaking to your heart, okay? So that's your assignment every day. I just want you to talk to your heart, okay? Maybe you might want to prepare in advance for some of you that you know you just suck at doing things on the fly. Be real, okay? So for some of you, I just want you, like over the weekend, you know, tomorrow, the new moon, or today when you're watching this, because I'm posting it on the new moon, I want you to write down heart-centered affirmations, okay? Like some of those ones that I was saying earlier, I want you to write them down. Just write a list, write as many as you can. You can Google them. I'm sure there's some out there. And I want you to have a list written down, print it out or whatnot. And every day, okay. So you can do it once a day. Do it either in the morning. I would say in the morning, okay? Fresh, got some good sleep, you know. So we're going to program our day, essentially, right? So I want you to either do this every morning. If you are not a morning person, you forget, just do it whenever you can, but do it every day. Preferably get into a practice of doing it ritualistically the same time every day. For some of you, I'm getting do it morning and night. okay? So do it in the morning when you wake up. Literally, you can have the affirmations by your bed, okay? You don't even have to get up out of the bed. You just like, all right, let me read this piece of paper. And some of you need to do it at night before you go to bed, okay? Look, I'm telling you, do it. Set a fucking reminder in your phone. I'm telling you, come back 2 weeks. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what has transpired in your life. Okay, because for some of you, I'm getting, this is a game changer. And I know it seems so fucking simple, but the universe is it's fairly simple. We try to make it all complicated, okay? Yes. Oh! Oh my gosh, okay? So relax. For some of you, once again, making a mountain out of a molehill. This is what you're needing to release. There's like anxiety, okay? Overthinking, worst case scenario. Oh, for some of you feeling like, there's a nightmare that you just can't wake up from. And you feel like, I'm just going to keep on experiencing this same fucking bullshit over and over and over again. But no, you're not. Oh my gosh, because the king, the queen and king of wands, they're coming together. They're coming together. This is a union here that's coming together. 10 of Cups. What did I say? For some of you, if somebody new has come into your life and you've been over there overthinking it and guards up, defensive as fuck, like you better recognize, because some of you have met your match. You have. You've met your match. Some of you may be thinking this other person, like the person that you want, has options. I don't know. You may find by the full moon in Capricorn, it may become very clear that, sure, maybe there are other options, because I get that you and this person might not be in a commitment, but by the full moon, you and this person may very well be in a commitment. Okay, you may be like, all right, this is what it is. We both see this, you know, we're going to trust our hearts, you know, to lead the way here, and shit, we gonna create our 10 of Cups together. The Queen and the King of Wands. For some of you, we got fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh, wow, that's some powerful stuff. Okay. Oh, and I love that too, because some of you are graduating as well from Knight energy when it comes to relationships to King. Or for, you know, if you date women, you're graduating to Queen energy, okay? So there's an upgrade in your relationships. And it's all because, look, you started talking to your heart, programming your heart. I'm telling you, that's your cheat code right there, my loves, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here. If this resonated at all, please thumbs up the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so already. I don't know why you haven't. Leave me a comment below. Say hey. Let me know how you're feeling about this reading. Until next time, sending you all so much love. Take care. Bye. All right. For those of you that chose deck number 3 for the new moon in Gemini, pick a deck reading. We're going to go ahead and get into your messages. As you can see, we've got your cards laid out here. I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards as well as we go throughout the reading, just to, you know, expand upon the messages that are coming through. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Deck number 3. Before we do that, go ahead, click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this, thumbs up. Oh my gosh, whatever. Hit the thumbs up, okay? Because yeah, we need to show this video some love. We need it to circulate, right? The more this channel grows, the more different readings I can do, different things I can do. So yeah. All right, my love. So let's get into it. The first card here, what can you let fade out of your life, okay? Or out of your influence. So for you all, this card actually flipped out of the deck as I was shuffling. So pretty important message. We have loneliness, and I just saw 1 minute, 1 second. So that could be an angel number, the number 11. But the number 1 itself is a number of independence and, you know, kind of going your own path here as well. So for some of you, I'm getting you're releasing the lone wolf narrative, the lone wolf title. Yeah, because you're not alone. And I'm not dismiss what you may very well be experiencing. Some of you may be experiencing some isolation. Okay. These cards just flipping out of the deck. Spirit's ready to talk. We got the Queen of Swords though. Now I will say some of that isolation you're feeling is self-imposed. Mic drop. Okay. I gotta talk the truth. And the Queen of Swords, I'm sorry, sometimes she's not the most approachable person. She's not the most friendly person. You know, she's maybe not the first person that people are like, hey, you know, come to this, you know, I want you to come to my party or come to this, come to that. Like, and I'm not trying to talk shit about the Queen of Swords because she holds her strength and her powers and her positive attributes. But I will say out of all of the queens, she might be getting the last invite, okay? And if she's getting the invite. And ouch, that felt really harsh, okay? And I'm sorry if that was communicated harshly because I don't want it to be that way. Because I'm getting that this is a problem or issue that actually can be remedied. All right. For some of you, look, if we can at least admit that, maybe I am a little lonely because I'm not putting myself out there enough, or because I'm maybe not the most approachable all the time. And I'm not saying you got to be walking around with a big ass grin on your face. Okay. But you know, for some of you, I do see you might want to check your body language a little bit. You got a very like serious demeanor. Interesting. For some of you, yeah, like you're really like professional, polished, like well put together. Some of you may be very work and family oriented as well, but it's like you might be desiring connections outside of those relationships. For some of you, you just want your husband or your wife, okay? The Hierophant is a card of marriage, point blank, period. And the Queen of Swords, she is known as like the widow of the tarot. So whether your partner has passed, if that has been the case, I'm definitely sending my condolences to you. Or even if you've gone through a breakup, you know, it can definitely feel like a loss or a grief there that you're kind of processing. So, you know, give yourself the space. I don't know how new this is for some of you, but, you know, for others of you, if this has kind of been dragging out a little bit and you are now starting to feel lonely, that is a sign that you're ready. You're ready for connection. And if I'm being honest, and this may be something you need to carry with you moving forward, I think some of you might compartmentalize connections and relationships. You might be like, you know, I'm cool with just maybe hanging out a couple times a year, you know, checking in with my people a couple times a year. And then wondering why you're feeling lonely. Why y'all message gotta be doing all this? Okay, shit. Because I'm like, I feel like I'm having to be very delicate because this is sensitive. I feel like someone right now watching this is feeling really lonely, and I don't want to make it seem like it's all your fault, because it's not all your fault, okay? It's not. Because for some of you, you have been conditioned to be this way. So maybe, oh wow, okay. Some of you weren't taught how to cultivate relationships, community. I'm getting more of a friendship element, to be honest, than I am romance. I see this as like a group of like friends or some shit. Some of you might just want a group of friends. You might feel like, damn, like maybe I ain't got no friends, or maybe I only got this one friend, you know, or, you know, I moved recently and all my friends are back at home, or all my friends done moved away, or my friends started families and this and that, and they don't have time for me, you know, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. we eventually got to get to the point where we're like, okay, so I'm going to do something about this. Basically. Because I don't like to feel like this. And some of you, you're used to feeling like this too. So you probably don't even know when you're actually feeling lonely. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. Oh, geez. Some of you, this could have been growing up with a mother who was the Queen of Swords, who was like very emotionally disconnected. And maybe she didn't have the tools or, you know, the experience, the knowledge of how to properly cultivate relationships. I am seeing, once again, friendships. Like I'm getting for some of you, this is the people, you might feel like I have a hard time like maintaining friendships with women or something like that. I'm getting that vibe. And it's because you dealt with this kind of mom, which is not the best example of how relationships with women can be. What idea is growing within you? We have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Okay. So I don't feel like the doubt is growing within you. I feel like yeah. Okay. So I feel like the desire to overcome this doubt supersedes your need to like know like why do I feel like this and why is this always happening to me? Like, because you can sit all day, you can spend years analyzing, assessing, psychoanalyzing, because I'm seeing we got the Hierophant here. Some of you may have been in therapy about this, you know, maybe you've talked to a therapist about this, that this has been like a problem in your life. Relationship with the mother or relationship with women. But once again, there's like your desire to change it is like superseding the need to get in. We get this, okay? I think for some of you, you get it at this point. You know why, okay? Now we also have to accept like, okay, well, hey, that's the why. Now, what am I going to do about this? You know, how am I going to change this so I can have a different experience? This is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Some of you I get, oh, wow, that you experienced a lot of loneliness throughout your life, throughout your childhood maybe. Your family may have been super religious, you know, to the point where it's like you can't hang out with nobody because they think everybody's like too secular or they too fast or they this or they that, you know, and you can only hang out with the church kids basically. Or shit, nobody, you know, I don't know. Okay, we have the Judgment card. Ooh, what is growing inside of you? Is becoming like loud, like your need for this. There's like an awakening within you where it's just like, I need my, like people. I need community. I need support. For some of you, I don't know, this might entail reconciling a relationship, bridging the gap between maybe you and someone who have lost touch or had a falling out, whatever the case may be. The Judgment card can represent like second chances or wanting to kind of reconcile, make things right. You know, do what you need to do. I don't ever feel like it's never too late to like try to make things right, you know, and whatever happens, but at least you know you tried, is what I'm getting here as well. At least you know you tried. I'm getting for some of you too, okay, I'm getting a lot. complete total rebirth. Okay, this is an idea that's growing within you, like wanting to do a complete overhaul of your beliefs, what you thought you valued. And many of you, what you thought you valued was like solitude is cool to value, but I mean, I feel like everything should be in moderation, because I get it. I'm a person, I love my alone time, but I also love being with my friends and being, you know, with my family and being with people. And it's crazy for me to say this, y'all, because I used to be the lone wolf. So what I was saying earlier, how some of you, this is what you're releasing, is this whole lone wolf idea, like, because actually that's a total fallacy, and wolves don't run or roam by themselves. They roam in packs. It's a fucking pack here. Like, okay, this is what some of you, I think you're like, I don't know, what are you joining, like a club or an organization? That could be something that's happening here too. Yeah, with that Hierophant card. Maybe you're going back to school. It's like I see you finding ways to like insert yourself in spaces with other people. And don't overthink it. I think some of you grew up with a very critical mom, and you feel like people are constantly judging you in your social interactions. And I know social anxiety is very real, but I'm feeling led to say people are not worried about you like that. I'm sorry, they're not. More often than not, people really just aren't. They're not. And I get it too, because I also used to be someone that just would overthink my interactions. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. And oh, they're gonna think I'm so lame, or like, who the fuck cares, honestly? Like, if they thought I was lame, then hey, they're never gonna talk to me again. But usually that's never the case. Usually I'll see this person again and everything's all good. So that means like, we're good. Like, stop being so critical, stop being so harsh on yourself. You know, it's like you're being your own worst enemy or something here. So there needs to, I don't know, even be a need for like a deeper self-acceptance. Because people can show you love all day and show you they care and they support you and all this, but if you don't accept yourself, then none of that shit really matters. You're honestly going to be like, yeah, whatever, you're lying. You're not really here for me. Some of you feel like you don't deserve support because you didn't get it as a child, and you internalize that. I don't deserve support. False. Lies. Okay? That's what our child mind does. It exaggerates things. It really, not all the time, because some people, you know, they've gone through some shit. Okay? And some of you, maybe it was really, really bad. Like the Queen of Swords can be someone that's just straight up neglectful. Point blank, period. Because yeah, even with the Hierophant, I'm seeing some of you might have grown up in the system, foster care system. Damn, I'm so sorry. Wow. And you just want to find your pack, like your family, essentially. Your chosen family. And you're on the right path, okay? Like I said, putting yourself in spaces where you can meet other people and being kind to yourself and not overthinking all of your interactions, okay? I guarantee you most people think you're cool. Okay, and generally 9 out of 10 times you'll know if someone doesn't like you. Right? You know, and I think some of you may even feel like people that are in your life that they don't like you. And I'm just like, why would y'all feel that way? They're in your life. If they didn't like you, they just wouldn't talk to you. Right? You might feel like, oh, people are just like tolerating me. That they don't really actually enjoy you as a person, that they don't think that you have value to offer to their lives. I'm sorry, because for some of you, yeah, this was something from your childhood where you grew up, you didn't feel very valuable. Okay, so I hope that you do, you know, let others in, let other people value you. Nice. Moving into what you can commit to creating going forward is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, right? So like that Judgment card, I was hearing complete overhaul, right? That's the old story. That was your old life, the old way of doing things. It's time to step into your new life, the new way of doing things, the new way of doing friendship. For some of you, I want you to write out, that's okay. So I'm giving everybody homework to do here, you know, with the new moon this weekend, over the next couple of weeks. Preferably do it on the new moon so things can start, like, you know, percolating and manifesting and stuff for you towards the full moon. But over the weekend, I want you to write out like a list of qualities that describe your perfect bestest friend ever. Okay, and this can be a friend you've never even had, but just like in your mind, this would be like my bestest friend. Okay. Or, you know, for some of you, because I'm getting a strong energy, some of you want more than one friend. Like you want like a group to be a part of. So maybe you can also like write out like group dynamics and, you know, the different kind of people that would be a part of this friend group, and what kind of activities you guys would do together, what memories you would make together. Like, I don't, you know, get into some sort of writing activity. I think most people, yeah, got writing assignments or prayer assignments, because we're talking about Gemini, new moon in Gemini is all about communication, whether that's verbal communication or written communication. So for you all though, yeah, I want you to write down, you know, describe your perfect bestie or your ideal friend group or whatnot. And then over the next 2 weeks, I need you to do this. I need you to, like I said, insert yourself into a situation where you can start making this happen. So some of you, that means going out to an event, you know, something that you're really interested in. Go, sign up, go by yourself. All right. For others of you, I know that can be a little difficult. So if you've got like a little wingman friend, or, you know, somebody that can maybe pull up with you, that's fine too. Okay. For others of you, I'm getting with that judgment card. For some of you, this is about the action you're needing to take is to like reconcile with someone, maybe with an old friend. Okay. Somebody might be popping back up into your life, or vice versa, you popping back up into theirs. Right? That's a way that you're building your community, your tribe, your pack, right? We don't always all get along in the fucking pack. You think wolves be getting along all the time and they don't be probably fighting with each other and stuff like that? But at the end of the motherfucking day, at the end of the day, they know like they're a family, they're a pack, right? And, you know, when it comes to any predators that, you know, may come up against them, they gonna ride for each other, right? You know, yeah, sure, they might not get along all the time, but they gonna ride for each other. So I get, for some of you, there may be a situation coming up where you get to kind of test the friendship. Like, are we really in this? We gonna ride for each other? And I'm not saying riding for people that disrespect you and just, you know, do fucking egregious shit. Like, nah. But also understanding that people make mistakes, you know, giving people grace, giving people room to be human, giving people room to be themselves. Okay, be mindful with that Queen of Swords energy you might have taken on from like your mother or something, where you may judge a lot of other people and why they doing this and why they do that, and then you wonder why you don't have no friends. Sorry. Like, because people could easily turn the finger back on you. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Right? But that's not what people do when they actually want friends. They're not looking for things to point out about other people. They're looking for the good things in other people. And I think some of you may want to kind of shift your focus on looking for the good in others. Not looking for things to criticize, to judge, you know. All right, give me a clarifier on this deck card, Spirit. Ace of Swords, yeah, nice. Okay, this is committing to communicating as well with that Queen of Swords. This can be someone, like I said, they just kind of pop in, like couple times a year, hey, like, all right, bye. It's just like, whoa. Just kind of come and go. All right. With the Ace of Swords, this can suggest for some of you maybe a little more consistent communication. Also, I'm seeing just more real communication, more honesty with the Ace of Swords, where yeah, okay. Where, and we all do this. We do it on a day-to-day basis. We judge people on a day-to-day basis. We do it with the people we love. Like your homegirl telling you about her dusty ass boyfriend, and you know, in your head, you like, well, I don't know why she dealing with this lame ass nigga. Like, and you know, you don't mean any malice or any judgment towards her, but you are essentially judging the situation. Okay, so we all do that. But I'm getting for some of you as well, maybe there are certain things that, if they're causing alarm, okay, so you got to kind of discern and know what's your business and kind of what's not. Because a part of friendship is, you know, being honest, right? So maybe if we do see one of our friends' behaviors or something like that is maybe out of the norm, or, you know, this causing some harm, instead of having just all of these maybe internalized opinions and thoughts about them, and you know, before you know it, your whole opinion of them is changing, and now you're just gonna slowly fade to black, and I don't want to be a part of what they got going on anymore. Instead of maybe just asking them a question, asking them what's going on, asking, you know, what's the change in the behavior, what's the tea, sis? Like, let me know, right? So that too, I'm seeing, you know, just being more open here. Having those open lines of communication, not all that little weird passive aggressive catty stuff. No more ghosting people. No more leaving people on red for months at a time and, oh wow, I'm just now seeing this. No, you didn't. You saw that 3 months ago. You saw it the day after they sent you the message, and the day after that, and the day after that, and you just never responded. That's so funny. I had cut the deck. I wish I would have showed it to you before, but I saw the 8 of Wands, which is a communication card. So some of you, yeah, I get that's a big thing that you're needing to work on is communication. Okay, if you're feeling lonely, that's where you can kind of take control of the situation on your part and just communicate more. Maybe even put a little, maybe this is something you have to schedule in. I get it. As adults, we're busy. So maybe this is your practice here. I already told you to kind of insert yourself. So for some of you, okay, I really want you to like make a new friend. But for others of you, this might be circling back to an old friend. That's cool too. So if you meet someone new, you circle back to a friendship, whatever the case may be, I want you to put a reminder in your phone once a week. You are going to check in with this person. I don't want to hear, well, they can reach out to me. No, I want you to do it. And I get it. Sometimes it can get a little OD where it's like, wow, I'm the only one reaching out. They kind of probably don't give a fuck about me like that. Sometimes that's the case, but that's not always the case. So what I'm getting, I want you to do that. This is you putting yourself out there. Okay, because I get some of you let your ego get in the way a little too much. Do what I said. Check in with this person once every week for 4 weeks. You take the initiative for 4 weeks. Okay, and then after that, you know, maybe see how this person responds. You know, does a week go by and they don't hit you up, or maybe they do because they kind of gotten into a routine of hearing from you and they like you and they want to talk to you. But you know, maybe in some cases you'll notice like, damn, like 3-4 weeks went by, I ain't heard from this person. Maybe that means they're not interested, but then maybe they'll pop up a month later and be like, yo, my bad. I had a lot going on. I had this going on. It wasn't nothing personal, but I would like to, you know, get together with you, you know, so I want you to just have fun. I don't know, like just try that, please. I want you to try it. It's like a little experiment that you can do, a little social friendship experiment that I want you to try. Y'all's homework is a little longer. Instead of 2 weeks, it's 4 weeks for this whole thing to be complete. So by the next new moon, okay, I'm curious to see like what energies are coming up in the readings, where you're at as far as what reading or deck you choose. So definitely check back in with me like a month from now and let me know like how this experiment went for you. Okay. And always too, like you can email me, contact@themysticmodel.com. You can send me messages on Instagram. I won't say I answer my Instagram DMs like all the time, like every day I'm checking them, because I'm not. But you can always send me a message there, and when I get to it, I will, respond. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap up your reading here. If this resonated at all, thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, leave me a comment below. Until next time, I am sending you all so much love. Take care of yourselves. Bye.